Welcome, Pisces, to the Temple of Tarot, Astrology, and Yoga. My name is Ava, and I'm going to be your oracle for the month of September 2025. This will be an Astro Tarot forecast relevant to you if your sun sign, your moon sign, or your rising sign is Pisces. The only channel news I have at the moment is that I created a short video, maybe 20 minutes long, showing you my off-grid system here on the big island of Hawaii. I only recently moved here, and all of this is a new experience for me, living off-grid, meaning living off the system that's provided generally by large corporations, institutions, government, so that if the system would fail, the social system of energy would fail, then I'm fine. I have solar panels, batteries, and a catchment for rainwater, and a device called Starlink for my internet. So if everything were to fall apart, I'd still be able to broadcast and to survive. And that was the whole idea of coming here to the Big Island and living in this very remote section of the island, and consequently the remote section of the world as well. So if you're interested, there's a video available now for you to watch. And if you're new to the channel, I try to keep it very simple. A simple 4-card spread for the tarot, and a simple analysis of the transits of only 2 planets, Mars and Venus, giving us the yin-yang, the left-right, the good, bad aspects of the month, because these 2 planets stay in a sign for a shorter period of time, giving us more the current energetic events of the month. So let's begin your reading, Pisces. By the way, I'm a Pisces. My sun is Pisces, my rising is Scorpio, my moon is in Taurus, and I was born in the year of the water dragon in 1952. So this month, Venus is in Leo, but on the 19th it moves into Virgo. Mars is in Libra until the 22nd, and then it moves into Scorpio, a sister sign for you. So now Mars and Venus have already been in these 2 particular signs, Leo and Libra, in August. So you're getting some experience with it. But this experience will move right into September. Venus in Leo is your 6th house, and the 6th house has to do with work, primarily your work. And Venus is the planet representing balance, harmony, love, pleasure, and money. So perhaps you are exploring ways to make money that more align with what's in your heart. The 6th house is also about your daily comings and goings, that too may undergo some change in respect to making your daily routine more pleasurable, more engaging of the heart, doing things that give you pleasure as well as keeping a level of efficiency and not sacrificing efficiency. The sixth house is also about your health. And with Venus, the planet of harmony and balance, in your sector of health, I think that what you're doing is creating a diet and health routine, daily routine, that keeps you in harmony and balance, health-wise. And I've been experiencing this. I'm a vegan, but when you're pursuing a new lifestyle, a new life circumstance, your daily routine concerning your food consumption and your application to your well-being and health changes dramatically. And so I've been rebalancing my diet, making sure that I'm not eating simply for convenience, but keeping my mind on trying to keep my protein and carbohydrates and vitamin intake balanced, harmonic, and at the sort of a peak of health concern. That's what's been going on for me. I don't know if you've experienced similar things or not, but health does become something that you put emotional energy into. Maybe you're examining your diet and health regime and trying to change it for the better. Now, Mars, the planet of ambition, drive, energy, forward moving, motivative energy, even sometimes aggressive energy, is in Libra, your 8th house. And the 8th house is a very powerful house, ruled by Scorpio. It's the house of death, sex, and taxes. Now, I haven't experienced any questions about intimacy because I live alone. But if you don't live alone, then issues of intimacy may come up. And sometimes this could elevate sexual drive, sexuality, or it could bring conflict into sexual encounters. So heads up on that. If it hasn't happened in August, perhaps September will be a month in which you experience this. Who knows? Or it can simply be just a lot more energy in the realm of intimacy. Death. Death doesn't mean literal death, although it could. The death of an era, the death of a period of time, an epoch, and a revitalization, raising up from the ashes like a phoenix of what was. So resurrecting yourself, resurrecting something. For me, it's been an ongoing resurrection from the death of my old life to the rebirth of my new. And here I am in August, and I am experiencing sort of a revitalization an identification with the new, and the willingness to let go of how I used to do things, and how I used to, again with work, how I used to work, and now I have to come on board with a whole new way of working, a whole new way of living. And the severity of that depends entirely on your circumstance, but you might feel it mildly or more intensely. Taxes. Remember, the 8th house is about taxes. And for me, it's very mild, because I just have to worry about getting my car registered for the first time. I have not had a lot of problems with government agencies or things, but there may be somewhere where you find some conflict with governmental institutions or having to deal with government. But as I say, in my instance, it's very mild. It's simply having to re-register my car. It could be something just like that, some issue that comes up that needs your energy, your attention, your ambition. Then, at the end of the month, Venus moves into Virgo, which is your 7th house of relationship. So it's simply, you fall in love, or you strengthen the relationships that you have. Remember, we've been through a period of Mars in the 8th of partnerships, shared resources, where the emphasis is about partner, somebody who acts as your partner or is your partner, business or otherwise. That's been where you've been pouring some energy. And now with Venus moving into your 7th house of relationship, there's an opportunity to bond, to create more emotional connections with others, new relationships. Existing ones become more strong, heart-wise. Mars moves into Scorpio on the 22nd, a sister sign. And we've just been through the house ruled by Mars. But this puts Mars in your 9th house. The 9th house is about higher learning, about spiritual journeying, about foreign countries or foreign contacts or foreign influences, foreign to you, overseas travel. Delving more deeply into philosophy or religion to get a greater understanding of the world and of yourself. At the same time that your heart is being opened to new relationships or to the healing of older relationships. Higher learning, greater exploration of where you are or where you've never been. And this could be local travel, or it could be, again, foreign travel. Depends on your situation and your circumstance. But it's very exciting. You could be taking a trip with your husband, your wife, your significant other, to broaden your understanding of the world and of yourself, and perhaps even of the other, the one with whom you have a relationship. So it's all very positive and beautiful, and an exciting time for Pisces, attempting to make more money by doing things that come from your heart, taking care of governmental business, and pouring your energy into a partnership, romantic or business partnership, doing your part, taking more time and energy for your partnerships. Or if there's a death that has taken place, then the adjustments, the energetic adjustments that need to be made for that, inheritance and other issues, which then come into the realm of taxes, or money owed to you, or you owing money to the government. Either way, so it's an interesting month of a lot of mixed energy, but all directed towards your transformation and the transformation of your life towards the good and the better. So thank you very much. Wait for your tarot forecast coming up. So welcome, Pisces, fellow Pisces, to your tarot forecast for September 2025. Again, relevant for you if your sun sign, your moon sign, or your rising sign is Pisces, as is my sun sign, Pisces. So, Pisces, yes, I, for one, am enjoying, I'm putting in 2 reversals, by the way, enjoying the effects of the transits of Mars and Venus during August. I've had a few worries about making money, of course. My work, this work, I'm thinking about changing the way I have been doing my readings as well, and sort of joining a company that will facilitate video and phone connections when I'm available. And it's all in one place, and that way I think I can make more convenient to my audience connecting with me for advice and inspiration, really. So that, I bring this up because I want to illustrate to you what Venus transiting your 6th house of work, and Mars transiting your 8th house of transformation, death, the releasing of the old, and the acceptance of new methods, new ways of accomplishing the same end. Whether this transformation has to do with your work, as it seems to be for me, or whether it has a more broad life consequence. It could be very significant. I'm feeling it more mildly as an extension of my work journey, but it could be also a life-changing event for you, Pisces. So, all right, we have 2 reversals in here. I want to do this in front of you, of course. We take the cards and we make 3 piles. And I'm going to put this on top and this on top, and we're ready. This is a 4-card spread, a very simple spread. because I want to be able to delve into the symbols of the cards, because they are what make the tarot fascinating, insightful, revelatory, profound. And you can learn to read, which is what I advocate, is that you learn to read for yourself. And that way you always have a trusted companion, a wise companion with you. All right. Wow. All right. The first card is upright and is a major arcana card and is a wonderful overall energy of the month. What do we have? The Wheel of Fortune. It's the wheel of life. We have pictured sort of like a Ferris wheel, or you want to imagine it like the wheel of fortune found at circuses and things like that, where you spin the wheel, see where it lands. So there, if it lands on a number that's fortunate, then wonderful. But if it lands on a number where you lose, it's not so fortunate. It's simply about your fortune. What is your fortune? And spiritually speaking, this is also about the life wheel, your spirit, who you are, the witness, the one who's looking at it all, spinning around you, is at the very hub of the wheel. You're at the hub of the wheel. And if you maintain a quiet, silent observation of the turning of that wheel, of the goings on in your life, then you can respond with the appropriate response. It's about the test, a test of your attention and appropriate response to the changes that are spinning around you. When you receive this card as your very first card, it's indicative of good fortune. That wheel clicks up a notch towards the good, towards abundance, towards a mood of sheer delight. The wheel indicates that there's an actual change that will be noticeable. In other words, sometimes we go through periods where nothing seems to change much. Same routine, same everything. But you see, we have Venus in the house of your routine, your daily routine, which ultimately changes. And as it changes, you respond with the appropriate response from a place of calm observation. So you're able to adapt to changing circumstances in a way that allows those circumstances to become better, more abundant. Often does lead to more financial success. hopefully, for us, right? Wow. Woo! We have 2 major arcana cards. And what's your challenge? This is the position of the challenge. And we have a major arcana card in the position of what will challenge us. Belief, hope, healing. We have a naked maiden. Her nakedness means you have nothing to hide. So your challenge is to have nothing to hide. Self-acceptance as you are. And no shame, because you are who you are. And there's a joy in self-acceptance. This is your challenge. She, our lovely star maiden, is here to give guidance. That's what the stars are for. They guide us when we're lost. We look up and their patterns repeat cyclically. And if we remember those patterns, those cycles, then we can discern where we are and where we need to go. We simply have to look up. And that's a metaphor for looking in to the inner star, that higher mind that we all have, the better you, the wiser you, who knows and is calling out for you to listen and take her guidance, inner guidance. Now, sometimes this can represent guidance from others, someone who has that intuitive knowing. And maybe the challenge is to take the advice, whether it comes from your own higher mind or the higher mind of another, and to stand firm in your belief in yourself, in the spiritual protection that your guardian angels, which is what stars are, they're guardian angels for the multitudes of spirits who are in need. Beautiful. The Wheel of Fortune and the star. Wow. Maybe it's your challenge is to be that star, to be the guide, to be the shining light of hope. Unexpected. What do we have here? Fire. Fire. Wow. Well, you know, Venus is in Leo. So, Leo is fire. And it's about your work, about your daily routine, about your health, right? So, speaking to that is the Six of Wands. We have a very proud parade leader. See the hordes behind him with their wands? Those are his loyal followers. He's leading a parade of victory, symbolized by the wreath on the wand that he holds high. Some accomplishment, some victory, some success, unexpected. And this inspires those who know you to follow you, to be your allies, to add to your fire, your success, your victory. However that might play out in your particular circumstance, there's this deep sense of, wow, all right, finally, I've been able to use my leadership, my decision-making talents and trial and error failures to arrive at this point of success at something that means something to you, that you've invested a great deal of your energy into. And again, this is Venus in the 6th, in work, in your health. All that might suddenly take a turn towards abundance and physical vitality. All right. Wow. All right. Let's see how it all ends. Or perhaps the Spirit has some comment to make about everything. Wow. All right. Holy cow. We have 3 major arcana cards. September is an important month of deep transformation, deep learning, deep realizations, and a establishment of security as expressed by the emperor. He looks stern, doesn't he? He's older. He's in command. He's absolutely self-assured. He sits still on a granite throne. Granite is a stone that endures. I believe the pyramids have some granite in it, or are granite. It's about endurance. It's about command. Wisdom from experience, which then gives one a certain gravity, sternness. This could be your father, your boss, who becomes, at the end of the month, or is a contributor to your stability, well-being, security, and a feeling of being protected. He's the protector of the empire. It could be a person, or it could be how what has taken place gives you that security, that feeling of being in command and control of your empire, your environment, your world. Solid. Because, you see, we began with things in flux. The wheel turns. it moves regardless of your willingness to adapt or not. But the idea is of adaptation to changing environment, events, circumstances. Adaptation, pardon me. From a position of quiet, calm observation results in a very secure world where you're either the grand protector of the empire yourself, or you feel the embrace of a very calm, wise spirit. Be this again your father, your boss, your grandfather, your the government itself. It could be the government itself. Remember, we do have a transit into the 8th house, and though it's Venus, it's to deal with government. And again, it's positive. The government here, represented by the emperor, is one who, with sober reason, protects. So, all is well in the land of Pisces. Thank you very much, Pisces. Now, I will either attach the upcoming magical pass to this Astro Tarot forecast, or depending on the speed of the internet, I may have to wait for a more fortuitous time to upload your magical pass. That yoga, I see it as yoga, that comes from the ancient Mexican tradition. So each pass is its own world of movement towards the idea of building greater intentionality. And it is your intent that is the sword of power that we have to create the reality that we want. So it's very interesting yoga, and I'm trying to not only just to learn it all, but to convey what I've learned to you, one magical pass at a time. So thank you very much, and I will see you next month. All my love, Pisces.